Bing, bang, boom. We are on. Skipping the vertical live today. We're going to sit down and relax. I'm not trying to worry about whatever. Forget the vertical. Horizontal it is today. How is everyone doing? Happy Monday. Bad news, but not in a negative way. I got some stuck in my throat. What's up, Henry? What's up, Apex? Robin. Anything Emerson Wave? What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Stacy. Hello, Stacy. What is up? Unfortunate news. I'll show you. It's sad. It is what it is. It is what it is. But if you look, it says my tracking information. Wow, that's not working. Let's just switch to this one for a second. Tracking. Projected delivery Monday, today, by 9 p.m. But it also says it arrived at Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Yeah, you can't see that. It says it arrived at Oak Creek, Wisconsin at 10:30 this morning. It does not say out for delivery. It says expected delivery. So it was supposed to be here today. I can pretty much guarantee you it is not going to be here today, which is a sad face. What's up, Mike Briggs? Clint Crosby. I'm just talking about my AB Dub slip joint. They shipped it right away when I ordered it. What was that, on Thursday? I got tracking information on Friday. Said delivery Monday. On Saturday. On Sunday it said delivery Monday, and then it also today said delivery Monday. But it also says it arrived in Wisconsin at 10:48 today and is not currently out for delivery. So expected delivery today is not going to happen. So I got to wait another day. Hopefully I'll get it tomorrow. We'll see. What's up, Trish? You got walloped? Oh, snow? And here I am in Minnesota, and it's pretty nice. It's cold. It was cold the last couple of days, but no snow. And after being warm a few days, a lot of the snow melted. So we've got that going for us in the Minnesota. But I hope everyone else is good. I know Fred was saying he got hit. Oak Creek is Milwaukee. What's going on in Oak Creek? What's up, Cicero? So everyone think about horizontal versus vertical. What do we think? It's not going to pop out as much. We'll have less newcomers. I don't get a big hit on the vertical lives either right now. 4 to 7 foot snow drifts, huge gusts of wind. Yeah, don't go out unless you have to. Should have put the springs on the plow. Laziness got the best of you. They're not doing good at clearing off the streets. Mike Briggs lives in Wolf Creek, Oregon. Horizontal all the way. Because, we can look at other stuff. Lefty closeout. It's out of stock. Out of stock. Of course, they still have the red one. I don't like the red one. Although I love black and red. I really like black and red. Kathleen, horizont's way better to see stuff. Indeed. And we've got the people. You guys, it's you and me, kids. That's all I care about. Yeah, I love black and red, but I'm not in this case. Maybe it's because it's G10. I just don't really like G10. This one's still available. These are basically half price. Black wash micarta. Yeah, it looks the same. If I was going to get one, they're both 150. You get the black wash micarta or you get the DLC micarta. I mean, yeah. Horizontal's more relaxing. No, I mean, how big is the Synapse? What is this, like a 7.5 inch? They're not giving us info. That kind of payment options, bio with that, configuration. There's no, is there a picture? There is no dimensions. No dimensions on there whatsoever. It's not even telling us the blade steel. Really? You'd think there would be somewhere where it's going to list blade steel. Wow. Wow. Burning Stables is grumpy today, folks. I can't snap out of it. Haven't gotten anything done. Dude, every day is what it is, bro. Do the best you can and just relax. I almost didn't go on today. Like I got, somebody to get home and I'm just like, ugh, I usually go live. Maybe I could just sit here. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it horizontal instead. So then I did. Kathy's in the house as well. What's up, Kathy? How are you today? Boom. Kathy's work right there. I love it. It's great. Haven't carried it yet. Actually brought it with me to work and because was messing around with it one day, but I haven't actually put it on a belt and carried it yet. It's not often that I do carry a fixed blade, but I plan to soon. But dude, every day, some days your brain, I mean, everybody's a little different. Mine, you just get that depressed, blah kind of feeling, and you're like, I don't even want to. Wow. Jesus, holy. It is extremely bright out. If you ever decide you don't want to go live, it's I appreciate it, Dom, but yeah, I know. There's been times I know I don't worry about videos as much anymore and stuff like that. And that makes life nicer. Anyway, it is Monday. I'm disappointed because my ABW Slippy that I ordered is not going to be here today. And I got that, you get that tingly feeling from tracking saying, oh, it'll be here on Monday. It's coming on Monday. And then when Monday comes, it's not out for delivery, but still expected delivery today. But you're not out for delivery right now. How are you going to be delivered today? It's 4:51. I'm not mad. Told myself I wasn't going to cry. Kathy's in a great mood. See, she's good. Yeah, funk is real. The funk is real. Did you guys see those little Fleet Farm knives that I got? They're ridiculous. Bear and Sons. I've never bought anything from Bear and Son, but it was the little Impulse $16 end cap at Fleet Farm. Who's got Fleet Farm where they live? Anybody ever been to Fleet Farm? They've got it all. It's kind of like a Walmart in a way, but it's also farm equipment. Like if you need farming supplies and stuff, it's there. Haven't had sunshine in a few days. It is, I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's like screaming sun out right now. You've seen these, Stacy? They do come in other colors. And you know the only reason I bought it was for $15 you can. And with that aluminum anno on it, you all know I've got my white laser mark for aluminum. And so this color white mark on that orange will pop really nice. So we got to figure out what it is I'm going to put on there. I mean, I'm not in a rush. I'm working on other projects. You guys remember that? But this is kind of on that back burner for when we come up with a fun little design. Cicero gets all his cow seed at Fleet Farm. You have cows? Thomas Connolly in the house. Magnus Lutz. Ho. Magnus Lutz ho. What's up, dude? Does my laser do titanium? Yes. The laser will laser anything, really, Dom. It's just dialing in the appropriate settings. I was doing some plastic parts today. I'm sorry, we're looking at an absolute nothing on the table here. Remember the live stream when my Civivi Altus got messed up? I just saw it in a thing over there just like this. I haven't had a chance to get back to it yet. But yeah, the lasers I have, they're extremely high-powered industrial monster beasts. You just have to dial in the setting. But you want to put letters and words and stuff on pretty much anything, you can figure out the setting for it, you know, whether it's titanium or aluminum or plastic. I was doing these little plastic barrel parts today, which kind of smells, because plastic, you're really kind of melting it almost, burning it in a way. But you can still make a pretty decent mark if you dial it in right and it's, you know, the right type of, certain plastics maybe you wouldn't be able to. But yeah, you can pretty much get a nice mark on anything. I'm learning more and more, the lasers we have access to at work don't work good for design as much. It's really difficult to, because they don't have like like as far as a Photoshop or like a Illustrator or something to design stuff. So when I draw stuff on there, it's a lot more difficult. It's like drawing on like drawing vector files and stuff like that. Versus I was talking the other day, my coworker bought a laser that has basically software that's designed for pulling images. So like he took a photo of my image and then instantly was able to scan it in. Yes, this isn't the highest of quality, but this was test one on a chunk of wood. And he was able to mark it on there fairly decent and cut it out with the same laser, all in like a minute it took to do this, from a JPEG, which my lasers will not do that. You have to plot all the points of everything that's getting marked. Okay, Grumpy. Going to cook? Ooh, what are we cooking? Whenever we talk about food, you got to say what it is you're eating or preparing or whatever. My good friend Cece brought me some slow cooker. She just bought a new slow cooker or like smoker, and test drove it yesterday and ended up making a couple racks of ribs. So then she brought over like, 4 or 5 ribs for me last night. I mean, what kind of, she's like, would you be interested in a few ribs? I'm like, who the hell says no to that, right? Like, no, what? Yeah, of course. Snow just started here, but the wind, holy crap, says Clint. There's Fred. What's up, Fred? Crazy how much snow we got. Yeah, we've been talking about the snow and the wind and the drifts. And here I am in Minnesota and no snow. So everyone who does get it or is getting it out there, be safe. Be safe. That cold. Anybody watch the Olympic hockey game? Oh my God. Talk about the most metal hockey that could hockey. If you don't watch, like, the Olympic US hockey for gold was sick. Dude gets 2 or 3 of his teeth broken off right before the end of the game, bleeding all over, and then in overtime shoots the gold winning score, getting interviewed, missing all his teeth, bleeding in the front, just got the gold. Dude, that is about as metal as it gets. It was wild. Congratulations to the U.S. team. Fun stuff. This morning's commute was 2 hours normal, 25 minutes. Been there, Fred. I used to have a 35 minute commute when I worked in St. Paul, and that sucked because it was a 35-minute commute. But in the winter, there'd be times where, you can only go 20, 25 miles an hour. And it'd take an hour and a half just because it's crap out. Game was amazing. Women's team won. Yes, I didn't get to watch the women's game, but they are also incredible. Fantastic. We play some hockey. Solid stuff. Jack Hughes scored the overtime game winner and broke his teeth out. Is from the NJ Devils. Go Devils. Right on, Thomas. Dude. He got that stick in the face. Like, oh, God. You know how much that's got to hurt? Just getting these teeth just broken right off. Right in the... And it wasn't even like rip the tooth out. It was like broke it in half. Like, woo. Ron Dobbins, what is up? What is happening? Burning Stables Forge, y'all. Let's help Clayton be less in his frump grump. I don't know. I just live here. I don't know what my deal is. The Motley AEBL. Anybody long-term use AEBL? I have a few knives that I've had maybe a couple years, but never given them a ton of use. Long-term beating on it. I'd like to make this that. But take a couple years of enjoyment. Plus, I don't use the fixed blades as much. I need to use fixed blade more. Men's U.S. versus Canada gold medal was significantly better than the Super Bowl. Indeed, it was. It was because Canada was all over us, dude. Canada was literally all over us. They were controlling the game. They were way more shots on goal. They were doing it. We were fighting. We were fighting. We were holding on, and our goalie was out of control. But yeah, that was why the game, one of the reasons the game was so exciting, because it was tied and it just, you want to score. But man, we were almost got scored on so much. It was crazy. After the week Clayton had, he deserves a couple days of downtime. Take a break, Clayton. Let us just sit back and enjoy your work. Ooh, look at that horse on there. What a gorgeous logo. Like, you know, sometimes the logo, like, that's definitely not small. Like, give it a little size and put it on there. But in no way does that logo distract from the aesthetics or the look or the feel or the happiness of the knife. I'm trying to think of one that bothers me. Generally when they're small, they keep them tucked in, you know, it's like, okay, that's cool. It's when they start putting a lot of extra branding on the blades where I kind of, it's like, why are you doing this? Like this knife that, okay, Trish gave me this knife. I love this knife. Plus the shipwreck I did to it. Look at that. Right? Sweet. Sweet. But this big artisan cutlery spot, it should be smaller and tucked in there. And this huge, like, D-Rocket, whatever, smaller, tucked in. It's just, it's kind of like just extra branding that's been put down. Focus. Extra branding put down that to me, like tucked up in there, even this, they got all this extra stuff. You don't need all that. The D2, sure. That number, no, you don't need all that. I love this knife. Thanks again, Trish. And I don't love what my focus is doing. This, where am I going to put this? The shipwreck turned out extremely good, so I'm very happy with it. Thomas hates D-Rocket designs. This one's wild. I mean, Trish gave it to me. She knows I like bigger knives. It was a little too big for her. Boom. It's a beast. And Maker's Mark, right. I'm just saying sometimes it works great. In this case, I love it. I love everything about it. It's simple. All the extra text isn't put on there. You know what I mean? I mean, he could have put AEBL tucked in there or whatever if he wanted. But I just love this clean look, and it's a nice size. It looks good on there. It brings me happiness. Trying to think of one. Like Terry's logo. Terry's got one of the best logos out there. That looks awesome. The little oarlock right there. The concept right there. I mean, it's smaller, so it doesn't stick out so much. It's a little more subtle. It doesn't bother me the same. You don't even need the D2 because it's probably not. You don't think this is D2? I mean, lying about D2 almost seems Grateful Dawn. Magnus Sluts times 2. Boom, boom. Double Magnus Slut, ho, ho. Ho, ho. I'm out of focus. What do you know? Couple gorgeous knives right there. What's up, Dong? Oh, look at this, though. The Lush. Where did they put the text, the writing on this one? They didn't. Did they put it on there? Is it only on the inside? So it's right there. So 4 out of 5. And then inside there. If I go upside down, you might be able to see it. There it is. Devo XTPK. All hidden inside. Isn't that something? I guess it also depends on how the logo looks. If it's a cool looking logo, I don't mind it as much. The Strix logo is cool. And then I do like how some of them are doing this, putting it there, like the S90V, but tucked on that little side spot. I think that looks good because it's subtle, it's easy to see, but it doesn't really stick out. Did you hear what Lefty said about China's D2? I'm assuming that means. He said they make it with whatever metal is around and is never consistent. Really? Harbor Freight has a worse knife? I haven't been to Harbor Freight in a while. I could go there and check it out. They got some budget knives. I know they had that one copy of the whatever knife. What was that one again at Harbor Freight? Ron Dobbins says hit that like button, that thumbs up. It's officially a 2 Thomas live. We got Thomas EDC and Connolly. A double Thomas and 0 Pauls. We could get up to like 3 different Pauls. We might get 1. I'm going to say we'll probably get 1 Paul for a short amount of time. What the hell? Kevin, we're coming up on less than a month. Less than a month away. Blade Show, Texas, y'all. Hoping to have some excellent memories to be made. Bunch of fun people going to be there. We got 2 Dobbins in the house. Double Dobbins? That was the Todd Baggs Harbor Freight knockoff. That's correct. Someone sent one to me I looked at. Or did they send me the knockoff or it was the actual one? No, it was Fred sent the actual one. Yeah, it's like a total knockoff of that Todd Bagg knife. Yep. But it's still like, what isn't it like? Still like 40 bucks, 50 bucks? I did pick this one up too. I haven't made a video. I was at Fleet Farm and I got these 2 Bear & Sons little slip joints. We're going to do a fun little laser mark on there. Long pull though. I like a half stop. Look at this bad boy. Fleet Farm. Oh, look at the centering. Oh, look at this. Half stop. Boom. Case. I'm looking at you, Case. I'm looking at you, Case, because for $3 at Fleet Farm, look at how solid this is. No movement. No play. They had a box or like one of those candy, you know, like the candy container with the hole on the side. You reach in and grab one. These were in there for $3 at Fleet Farm, and they all look just like this. Not quite centered on the blade, chunks of wood, Fleet Farm burned into the side. Nice half stops, nice opens, and every single one of them solid. Solid. Case, you're not watching, you're not looking, you're not listening, but Case, this is they're selling these for $3 in mass. More solid than any case I've ever held. Not trying to be a hater. I've bought 5 or 6 case knives and I've spent money on them. And none of them are this. Look at that. Solid. For $3. Destroyed it testing it. Grateful Dong's got the Harbor Freight icon. D2 was a good heat treat though. Huh. Yeah, sometimes a cheap knife can, you know, they can do a good job. But does it smell like child labor? It might. It might. But that doesn't The reality is it doesn't matter how, who, what, where made this. What I'm saying is if this can be made for literally $3, then Case could decide to spend a little more time doing their QC, figuring out their designs, and their knives would be solid. And they could keep the same price. But Kathleen's going to say it like it is. Case doesn't care. Because the fanboys don't care. That's the sad part. The people that buy that don't care about getting a knife that's actually solid when you open it. Oh, well, that's the best they can do. It's USA made. It's like, no, they just don't give a shit. That's the reality, is they're going to charge you that price, but they're not going to put the quality into it. If it can be done on this cheap of a knife, then if they're spending 60, they're charging 70, 80, $100, they should be able to do that. 26 in chat, 17 likes. Come on, chat, show some love. I appreciate it. This live stream is brought to you by me. The commercials that you are seeing at this live stream are only this one right now. Support me. You are not getting any other live streams. We're not monetizing this. You are welcome. Hit the like button. That costs you nothing. I appreciate it. Brashear Beer, what's up? Evening, everyone. Saying hello to the crowd. And I don't want to sit and hate on Case. Maybe they don't know how to make them tight. Well, that's just the thing. Dom, we talked about it. And that's the reality is you design a knife. This is the knife you designed. You open it and you go, oh, the blade is wobbly. Why is the blade wobbly? Oh, well, our tolerances are making it wobbly. So let's redefine the actual shape of the parts that we're making and then do it again. And then they'll do a test and be like, oh, it's a little bit tighter. If we make this a little bit longer and have them meet up there tight and smooth, it should work. And then they make one more little test, prototype. Then they come up with the right design. And then they mass produce that. That's all they would need to do. Spend a little bit more time in the designing process. And then boom, they would be good. But they don't even care. That's what bugs me. I mean, I give them business. I want to like their knives. I'd like to carry one. I wanted to see what it was about. But I've looked at them, visited them at shows, and it's like every single knife I pick up has a wobbly blade on it. It just doesn't make any sense. Go get you a Rosecraft. Get yourself one of these. Boom. Boom. Kentucky Hollerjack, C. Reisner Cutlery. Look at the quality on that. No movement, no play at all. Solid, fun half stop, pinch open. That's a fantastic little slip joint right there. What makes me like Case? I don't. I mean, well, I want to. It's a company. It's a popular company. I try companies out. I currently am in a place in my life, Dom, where I will not be buying another Case. There's no need for me to buy another Case. I have 5 or 6 of them. I am good. No, I don't carry any of them. I don't plan on carrying any of them. If I could, I would, but I can't, so I won't. Truth facts. Oh. We love me. Meant my commercial. I appreciate it. Yeah. I think it's definitely hurting my algorithm, because YouTube definitely wants me to be monetizing so that they can make money off of it. And so they don't push me out in the algorithm as much. And that's fine. I want to like case. Well, I want to like, if you're a knife company, I want to like you. If you are in the knife world and you are making knives, you are in the community of people that I would like to enjoy and be a part of. But if you're making stuff, then you're just not putting the time. And people can't figure out why. It's like, to me, it just sounds like it's like they don't care enough to put in that little extra time in the design to make it. It's also got a pivot on that holler jack. That holler jack is sweet. Rosecraft and TPK brand knives are way better than any current case knife. Some older case knives are good. I've heard that some of the older, but now they're too good for themselves to make something solid. Edwards. What's up, Ed? Just do it. Anyway, so we're styling. It's 5:18. It's Monday. Having a good time. I wish that my ABW slip joint was going to be here. It would be arriving anytime now, and we could be opening it and looking at it. Only wants to focus up here. But it is not going to be delivered today, unfortunately. So I have to wait for tomorrow. And then I have my disc golf putting league tomorrow. So I won't be home before 8 o'clock, which means I won't even be able to touch my new slip joint until like 8 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah, I think if you spend the time in the design, you should be able to make a slip joint that doesn't have wobble. If you're going to be mass producing it, that means you're ending up with a final shape that you're mass producing. And if that final shape has wobble, they're all gonna. So you're like, oh, well, this has a little wobble in it. Maybe we should refine our final shape. I'm going to talk it in circles. That's fine. It's okay. Kind of missing the Olympics already. Anybody watch the Olympics? We only get them every couple of years, and I tend to watch them or put them on in the background when they're on. I didn't do it as much this time, and then it's over right when you're ready to watch more Olympics. It's always fun. Watch a little bit of everything. I'd love to go curling. Has anyone ever gone curling before? There is a place where I go. One of my nephews, they have games at that has like a 8-lane, 10-lane curling arena, court, whatever. It looks fun. I don't know. Everybody, it's like bowling or throwing darts or playing pool or all that stuff. Fun things like that. I just think curling looks like it'd be fun. My buddy said he went once on the curling. The stones weigh like 45 pounds or whatever. So you get this 45-pound stone sliding, and if you're sitting there having a drink, not paying attention, one kind of catches you, it can just take you to the ground. So you got to be careful where you're standing. Looks kind of fun. There they are. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Supposed to be getting mine in the mail today, but we're not. Unfortunately. U.S. Olympic hockey was dope. It was, Blaze. We were talking about that right at the beginning of the live, too. That final, the gold medal hockey for the women's and men's were both excellent, fun stuff. I used to love going to hockey. We'd all go, like in high school, we'd go to the college hockey games all the time. Get rowdy. Stacy wants to go curling. It looks like a thing that people could do. Jack Burdine, what's up, Pokey Stabbies? Oh, look at the Fleet Farm choice. Oh, I should. Oh, that's going to be not good. That's going to be not very good. Oh. Not as bad as I thought. $3. Fleet Farm. And it's solid. I need to buy some more of these. They're just stupid. Little half stop, little Fleet Farm special. Ridiculous, right? I mean, you got to have that right next to the Strix. Jack Burdine, need more slip joints at some point? Have you looked at any from C. Reisner Cutlery over at TPK? This is their Kentucky Holler Jack. Tell me that's not sick. 154 cm bone. Awesome knife. Solid, thick. I carry this one every day. Really nice half stop. I have a Terry 1931 Leatherworks slip that he custom did for me. Just get a hold of him, let him know what knife you want, what colors you want, what stitching color you want, and he'll knock something out for you. Practice making new handles for that. Yeah, that's a good idea, Kathleen. Grateful's got the ABW Model 1 warranty on the way. Been talking to Michael at ABW about making full titanium scales. He's into it. Maybe it'll happen. Ooh. You have one Jack Wolf and an old Camillus. Dude, well, if you're going to check some out, there's 3 places I would check for sure. And TPK, the C. Reisner Cutlery, has some really cool ones. Rosecraft has some really cool ones. And QSP. And the QSP ones are at TPK as well. You want to get an EMP OTF? Here's my Rosecraft Stinking Creek sow belly. This one's fantastic. Solid blade. Really nice looking. Feels great in the hand. So everyone think about Stag. I like it. Personally. Anybody have an EMP OTF? The D2 Rosecraft, or not Rosecraft, Rough Rider Reserve series. Not just Rough Rider Reserve. Nice half stop open. Jack Wolf Gateways. Yep. I've got one of those over there. D2 and micarta on this beast. This thing's just huge. But it's fun. I thought it was going to be more that size, and I got it, and it's just enormous. It's funny. Rough Rider Reserve, those kind of fun. They're kind of a upper, because Rough Rider's definitely more in that $20 kind of budget. It's going to have some wobble to the blade. But their Reserve series, they're like 50 to 70. You can see the extra little details, the craftsmanship. They are solid. They do use D2. Dong, didn't you pick one of these up too? This thing's a beast. I like that Rough Rider Reserve toothpick that I got for a giveaway. That one was fun. A little bit smaller. Kind of excited for the Concept Halide. Hoping these come out. Brashear Beer. Ken and chat. Anyone grab the ABW Model 1 slip joint? This one right here. I did, Brashear Beer. I did. It was supposed to be delivered today. As of Saturday, it said delivery Monday. But as of today, Monday, it said expected today, but it's not currently out for delivery. So I ordered it. Getting it today would have been a quick order because I ordered it on Thursday or Friday or whatever. But unfortunately, it won't be here today. It'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, I wanted to get it today. I have the original swayback jack before they changed the bolster. I have a Clinch River swayback. This one. That one's fun. Although it doesn't fit my hand right. Yeah, that was the knife I was supposed to get today, Brashear Beer. Unfortunate, right? The diamond milling does look cool. And it's interesting because the diamond milling, if you look here, it looks kind of like dull, like almost like dull gray, like aluminum almost. Versus if you go here, and look at it like this. Look at how much shinier it looks here. Right? It definitely has more of a... The diamonds look different in this video versus on this. This, it looks kind of like dull and like just like aged or something, versus this one looks super shiny. What's up, Jess?
Jesse. How's it going, Jesse? Jesse. Jesse's gonna make his peas and pips.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jack, anyone else think A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is already the best Game of Thrones show? It's really, really good. It's really, really good. Because people say that. I've seen some people talking about it and how like, oh, it's the best. That was the best show. That was the best episode or whatever. But then like I can say Red Wedding. That's pretty tough to top. That's really going to be tough to top. You know, we've got some episodes from back that we may have forgotten about that are epic. You know what I mean? Like, I swear to God, I was watching the Red Wedding and all of a sudden I was... And I'm watching it like this. Like, standing up like, oh my God. Like, you know? And then the episode ends and it's over. And you just sit there like this. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, over and in the mountain. Dude, the end of that, you're like, he had it won. He had it won. And then you're like, what? And I'm not going to say, because Night of the Seven Kingdoms was really, really good, but there was no episode where I stood up and I was just like, you know, I mean, there's a couple moments. There's a couple moments where like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And it was really good. For those of you who didn't watch, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the last episode aired last night. There were 6 episodes. They're about a half hour each, so it is not a big investment. You do not have to have seen Game of Thrones in order to enjoy it. I was a lover of Game of Thrones, and they really screwed it up at the end. And they screwed it up so bad that people stopped caring about how good it was. That's how bad they screwed it up. And I didn't even know the show was out. Like, I was so far removed because I didn't care that I didn't even know this show existed until episode 3 was already aired. And then I watched it. I was like, wow, this is actually what's going on here. People are making some good TV again. So there's that, which is nice. But apparently, yeah, it was really good. Oberyn in the Mountain was great. Anything with the Hound and Arya was really fun. The ending ruined the story. Oh, of Game of Thrones. Right, because they could have gone a couple more seasons. They could have went a few more seasons, done it right, closed it out correctly, but they didn't because they got hired to do the new Star Wars movie. And they were like, "Oh, we're awesome. We're big. We're the coolest ever, and now we're going to go do this Star Wars thing." It's like, "Well, you guys want a couple more seasons to kind of finish up your show?" Like, "No. We're just going to knock it out quick. We're done. We're out of here. We're going to go do Star Wars." "Are you sure? Because we'll give you a couple more seasons." And they're like, no, we'll just finish it out. And then they finished it out so bad that they got fired from the Star Wars show. And now nobody cares about them at all. And half the people don't even want to watch Game of Thrones because it spoiled them. Because you want to, you know a build-up, you know where it goes. And if you don't like where it goes, it's like then the build-up all of a sudden loses its... The Robin Hood series on Prime is good. I've never even heard of that. Paul might. What's going on, Paul? Did you watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms? It was a fun little show. Mick Ranger in the house as well. And yes, Jack, the choil on this one is fun. This is a nice little finger choil, but this is the sway back. This is designed for someone with a smaller hand. If you had a smaller hand and you were holding it and you were up in here, it would be comfortable and then your hand would get stuck in this spot and not slide off the back. My hand is large, and so when I hold it, that is a pressure point that's now pushing into my palm, which I don't care for. And so it's not as comfortable for me. This needs to swing out to here for it to be a comfortable sway back for the Kenman hand. But I do love the design, the shape. This big finger choil is fun. Nice half stops on the Rosecrafts. Boom. I like the blade shape as well. It's just unfortunate, this one, that just doesn't fit my hand. I'll push into your palm. Promise? Promises. I'm going Jimps. I love me some Jimps, baby. Look at all the orange on the table. Give me some Jimps. Give me the Jimp. I will consume your Jimps. Yes, please. It's trigger time, y'all. It's trigger time. Ready? Ooh, that stinks. Oh. Wow, that smell's got such a to it. Paul's such a tease. Yeah, but he's a good tease. Do I have any autos in the collection? Very few, but I do. Oh yeah. This is my best one. We'll start off with my absolute best one. Gross. We're talking stainless. 440 stainless comb, baby. Woo! You know what I'm saying? That's an auto. Is that not what you meant, though? Boom. S tier. All right, we'll move up category. This is the mini USB stick. Boker mini USB. I need to laser mark what, like 3 megapixel or gigs or whatever, like, you know, the little USB logo on there. It's got a nice little ting, which ting for a little mini auto. A step up from the Boker USB, I think, is this one. This is the Tack Knives Benji. Robin, you've got the Boker USB? The Boker Poker. So, Tack Knives Benji. Nice little insert on the front. Byron! What's up, Split and Slices? So that's that Tack Knives Benji. Fun little one. I got the Tack Knives Goliath with the lock. Boom. Powerful out. So Tack Knives Goliath, what is that? 14C. I like the blade shape, fun. Little extra jimps out there. And it slams. What's up, Jeff Hamilton? And of course, you got to have a Boker Kalashnikov. This is a lefty. The old lefty Boker Kalaj. Standard issue. Actually, I lied. I think my best one, this is probably the best one I have right here. Inox, Italy. Never seen the lefty one? You can get these on Blade HQ for like $50. But this one here, dude, the little Italian stiletto. Come on. I mean, look at the action on this. Bow. Right? The dimensions on this thing. Dude, it's thicker. Look at how wide it is compared to how thin it is. It's like twice as wide as it is thin. That's why I have problems with it. It wants to roll. It wants to roll out of your hand when you go to hit the button to open it. So you got to kind of hold it firmly. She's a glorious one, though, I tell you what. Put that right there, huh? We're making a nice, fun table today. We're making a fun table. Boker Collage. The old Fleet Farm Special. I'm interested to see tuna can shit, right? I'm interested to see what versions they're going to come out with on this one here. The Halide. A fun little design. Love that sound. Yeah. This one's fun too. Tack Knives making some cool stuff. Where's the one that Fred made? It's over here. There's another Tack Knives. This is a one that they're releasing some more pretty soon. Fred did the ano on it. The kind of teal and then the purple collar with the purple accents. This is a cool knife. Boom. Front flipper. Thumb stud can be moved around. You can flick it out as a lefty. Tack Knives be making some really interesting stuff. For sure. What's everyone think of the rock texture kind of scenario? What do you call that? Rock texture? Faceted? It's not really faceted because this is definitely more of a inconsistent uniform. You know what I'm saying? Want the Tack Knives Slugger? Yeah, Fred, your ano job turned out really nice. It's a great little color. This knife just feels really good in the hand. I love the thickness and the extra jimps on there. Hammered, well, hammered, I don't know how they actually do this. But, like, if it was hammered, that would be like a whole bunch of larger divots that were kind of more like a uniform shaped divot. Consistently divoted. This is like hammered, but like heavy, deep, light, and inconsistently patterned, so it's very natural. If I can get it to focus. You know what I mean? Rock peel texture? Sure. Fascinated with the rock patterns. He does, everything he does is cool. Everything he does is pretty cool. All right. Focus. Oh my God, I wish I had 2K to spend on a knife, right? It's not in the cards for me soon. I'm gonna run to the bathroom quick. I know I don't usually do that all that often, but I'm gonna do it. I hope that's okay. I'll be right back. Enjoy the table. Or do you want to look at the wall? We'll do this. Trouble Bunny, what's going on? Is the Devo Lush good? The Devo Lush is fantastic, bro. Boom. It's fantastic. Thanks to the Magnus Sluts making it all possible. Boom. This thing is great. I have a lefty version right here. Lucky me. This one is number 4 of 5. Right there. of the lefty versions with the blue. I mean, I don't know how many total they made, but with the blue crystallized titanium. Really nice front flipper, drop, shut, top flipper. I can't top flip very good, but this one I can just reach over with the index and boom. Flicks out really, really nice. And it's a thumb. I don't thumb out much, but God, now I can't do it at all. The action on this is great. It's a hollow grind. The tip's in a fantastic spot. The choke up feels really good. I love this knife. You know, if you've got the means and you're interested and you like the design shape of it, I think you're going to really enjoy it. It's really nice. Front flipper is good. You can index finger roll it over pretty easy. But it still has a strong enough detent to it. Boom. And dude, that lock, little bolster lock action. I mean, I love it. Fantastic knife. Secondary jimps out there. It just calls to me. This is definitely top-notch stuff right here. Just all around good user. The lock works great. It just opens every time. Just feels nice. If you really like thumb and stuff, if you're a thumber, it works. But, you know, I don't know. I think maybe some people might be more, if you're really a thumb action kind of person, where you've got like thumb studs. I feel like thumb studs are kind of just work great for that. But it also depends on the hole itself. You know, smaller hole like on the smock flicks out with my thumb really, really easily. Snail Trail Dales loves the front flipper. I agree. We talked about that recently too. And what really kind of gets me that I'm noticing more and more with all my knives is this right here. You have a hole for flicking out. You have a front flipper. Boom. We got a hole for flicking out. Got a front flipper. Boom. Right? Flicking hole. Front flipper. Pictus. Should I get a Pictus XL? Flicking hole. Front flipper. I've got so many knives that kind of fall into that category. A nice looking titanium flicking hole with a front flipper on it. This knife is rad. I need to get the smaller. I need to get the Wolverine. This is the Sabertooth. Wolverine's an inch shorter, but exactly the same. I just want both. Boom. So yeah, that's kind of where I fall. Flicking hole, front flipper. Tri-Stash V2. Kershaw Iridium with the button lock. I have the OG Kershaw Iridium, the crossbar, but I don't have my clip on it right now. So it's making it harder to close. I did the Sagaya Wi-Fi pattern laser mark on there with the white. I never really carry the Iridium. Got so many knives, sometimes it gets to be tough to to make it into that pocket, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, live chat, top chat. Live chat. How did that one switch to top chat? I swear that was on. It likes to refresh. What's up, Matt? What's the knife with the blue? Which one? This one? Or this one? Kathleen? The Devo Lush? Or the tack knives that Fred anodized? What are you up to, Matt? Wait, what did Rachel win off of Knives Fast? The one with the bolsters. This one, Kathleen. This one's the Devo Lush. You know the Devo Lush, don't you? This one was the gift from the Magnus Lutz. I love this knife. It's really good. Hollow grind, great tip, double jimps, lefty, bolster lock, top flipper, front flipper. Stephen Kern, what's up? Kershaw Iridium button lock. Yeah, this Lush is nice. This is one of the cases where, like, a lot of times I just prefer clean, raw titanium. Texture on it is also really nice. But in this case, that anodized blue crystallized titanium really pops. I really like this. This design of everything about this. Devo makes just some really, really good stuff. I really like it. Lefty bolster lock that just drops really, really well, and it just flicks out nice. It's just a user. It's one of those ones that's easy to open, easy to close, easy to grab, easy to hold. It's fantastic. It works really good. The Kershaw Iridium butt lock is over 2 feet, or what's over 2 feet? Jack says he only has one raw titanium. I mean, is this considered raw? I mean, this is kind of a wash. They kind of grade this one out, but it's almost raw. The Strix is going to be raw. The Pictus is kind of a slight wash, but it's basically almost. I got my Tornado raw. What are you up to, Steven? Good to see you. Although it does have the accents, so the colored accents that KC did kind of help make the raw color pop. The Geo ethereal cutter with the dimples. I love these dimples. This dimple texture is fantastic. Mine's actually a slight stone wash. Yeah, they did something with this where you can see where they kind of gave it that gray kind of wash to it. Here's another, the raw titanium. Thomas, you know it is, dude. This knife is fantastic. Just such a great beast. Clayton does a really good job. Kathy makes a sweet sheath. Feels awesome in the hand. Definitely makes me want to carry a fixed blade more. Guys, getting a lot of snow. Raw. Grateful your Pictus is raw, so yours doesn't have this slight grayness to it. Because I know they had, I think they had just the raw. This is like gray, and then they had one that was like a black wash that was almost black. I kind of like this because this kind of keeps it still kind of natural, just that light kind of gray. Versus that. Look at it. I'm getting my screen feedback all over for the micro milling on there. Love this knife. Hey, baby, I like it raw. Watching him make it, yeah, isn't that fun? You can go back and watch him get it done. It's inspiring. Makes me want to make something. I just want to, I'm an artist. I like working with things. I want to make stuff. I think it'd be fun. I have my dimples on my face and butt. Well. All right, Kevin. Correct. Yeah, so yours is raw. I've got the gray wash. I don't know if that's what they call it. And then there's the dark wash, which was almost, it's not that, the dark wash wasn't really black either. It was more like dark gray, I would almost say. Thank you for doing it justice. It was, I could have probably done it a little bit better. I got that CD. CDs. Man, I bought tapes too. Actually, I bought records and 8-tracks. My first car had an 8-track when I started off. But my first music was on record. No doubt. Anybody know about that? I like listening to records. If I had more records, I'd listen to more. There's a sound quality to it. It's just different. How much think the Pictus XL is going to be? Think they're going to up the price? Dong, what do you think? Do you think the Pictus XL is going to be $40, $60 more than this one was? Or do you think they'll be comparable in price? And what is it? An inch bigger? This is already a good size. YouTube compression can't handle the awesomeness of the Strix. Right? All right. This is my Hail Mary. I know what it's going to say, but we're going to look anyway. It's still expected delivery Monday, but it's not out for delivery. Why does it still say it's expected? Well, because it is expected today. Any Bally's? Yes. Actually, just got one. And this thing has a nice live sharp edge to it. So you're seeing live edge action here with the micro. Here is a Squid Industries. I am not good with this. Squid Industries Mako V5. Bottle opener. And poorly focused. What are we focusing on right now? It hates me. It's not even focusing back there. It's doing the same thing where it's focusing. Look, my hand. There's nothing. My cameras like to focus a foot away from them where there is nothing. Squid? Out of focus squid? Well, how slowly do I have to face. I can't even focus on. They're fun. What's nice about this is you can change the weights and remove weights. It does not have any like movement or knock. Like you can see, I'm trying to. The whole thing moves as a unit. Sure. Versus this one, you can see it does not move as a unit, and the blade moves around, and you get rock in there. This one is the Flytanium Trainer or whatever. More budget friendly. And it does have a nice ting to it. This one actually sounds nice. And works good. There's no adjustments. There's no weights anywhere. There's no bottle opener on the end. Not a live edge. Followed Squid on Insta before I owned any knives. Known about him for years. I've met him a couple times. He's cool. And the thing is I sent an email out, just a generic email to the company. And the owner, is the one who replied, gave me some insight on which one to order. And then when I went to Blade Show, you know, there's a ton of the Bally kids and they're busy and stuff. And I went up and I'm like, oh, hey. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I did buy one. I ended up picking this up. I sent an email and from your recommendation. He's like, oh yeah, I remember that. It's like, dude, just a nice guy who just likes Bally's and is got a good personality. So that's cool. If you want a cheaper one, the Flytanium, this one is not bad. If you like Bally's, if you want to get a super cheap one, these are like $10 on the old Amazon. $36 chambers tape. Wait, what? What? Pictus XL will be $285. So it is about almost an inch larger and about what, 50, 60 bucks more. That's kind of what I was guessing. But it's an inch larger than the regular Pictus. And they will have some in Texas, Dong? Is that the case? Clayton's going to go relax. Dude, go relax. Kick ass tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you. Thanks for the knife. Everyone go subscribe, check out. You already all do. Burning Stables Forge. Look at that fixed blade on the table. Tell me it's not the most gorgeous of gorgeousness. 6:05 already. How about that? I guess I did start later. I ended up staying a little late at work, and then I had to go get something in the mail for Jimmy. Mailed out a couple knives. Getting some stuff done. Right on, Clayton. Take it easy, dude. Relax. Enjoy the rest of your evening. What is the clip point in the center, says Jack. This big beast right here. This was a gift from Trish, a.k.a. Mo Patty. This is the Artisan Cutlery D-Rocket collaboration. Shoot, I can't remember the name of it right now. Artisan Cutlery D-Rocket. It was just a solid. I did the shipwreck on there. Does it say on here? It does not. It's a beast. It was too big for her. Plus it had the nice scales on it. So she was like, oh, Dan will like a nice larger knife and do a nice shipwreck to it. And I think it turned out really good. It is a hog, though. I'll make your D rocket. Because it's the copper, the brass scales or whatever, this thing weighs a metric ton. It's huge. This knife is enormous already. Look at the handle. 5-inch handle. 9-inch overall. You know, we got a 9-inch beast. And it's copper. This thing weighs like 11 or whatever. It's just a hog. But tell me the shipwreck didn't turn out sweet. Right? Hyperion? Thank you, Robin. Artisan Cutlery D Rocket Hyperion. Out of focus. Perfect focus where there is nothing. Poor focus where everything is. Release date late March, early April, so they'll probably have some in Texas. First Wu-Tang tape was 36 Chambers of Death on tape, baby. Columbia House? Or wait. Yeah, you could get Columbia House, you could get the tapes that had the swearing on it, right? Or did they only send the edited versions? What was the other one? BMG? Anybody else remember this back in the day? BMG and Columbia House? 8 tapes for a penny, and then you have to buy 4 more in the next 6 months, and then you get 3 more free. Some shit like that. Back in the day. Music Monthly. Shipwreck soon. Sign up, get a bunch free, then cancel. Columbia House, they tried suing you. Well, the thing is that you weren't required to give them any information. You get the letter in the mail, and it could be from a previous resident of the house or apartment or whatever. Like in college, it would be the person who lived at the apartment before you did. It'd be their name. But all you had to do was like tape a penny to it, fill it out, and put it in the mail. You didn't have to give them a card or information or ID of any kind. So like you could do that, and they would send you 8. They send you the 8 for free, and then you just have to agree that you will now buy 4 more to get 3 more for free. But the thing is they send you that 8 for free. You didn't have to give them any information other than the address it was shipped to. And it's like, oh, here's 8 tapes. You're like, oh, well, I just won't ever order the 4 new ones. Sending a penny via a postcard, right? Oh, some wild stuff. I'm both sad and glad the penny got... Yeah, we don't want to get rid of cash, though, everyone. Buy things with cash. Use cash. Don't let it go away. Oh, but it's easier. Everyone wants me to just use Venmo and stuff, but think about the reality. You know? Donnie makes knives. You go meet him to buy a knife from him, and then you use your credit card to pay for it. And then someone that doesn't know either of you now gets a cut of that sale. And if there's no cash, then someone else is always going to get a cut of every sale. Someone who's not even involved. Who actually read the terms and conditions, right? Anyone ever remember the Payday candy bar? Used to come with little plastic wrap nickels. I don't ever remember that. I know the Paydays. I remember getting the Jack in the Box for the stupid prize inside, but it would be like like a wet stick-on tattoo or some little puzzle, tiny little puzzle with a marble in it, or like a beat, or like a little ball bearing plastic puzzle. They get paid to pretend, right, Jack? Yeah, and when you go to the shows, It's all these people doing their hard work, making knives. And then, like, you buy something with a credit card, and then they have to now pay the credit card company to use that service. Cash is king. Cash is king. Limited run with a payday with an actual nickel. Isn't that something? You don't even get prizes in the Cracker Jack boxes anymore. Cereal boxes, that used to be a thing too. It was always, there was a prize. I mean, yeah, they were junk. They were like skee ball prize, ticket prizes. I got 8 tickets. What can I get? I can get one of these stickers. Yeah, they have like the little 3-pack or whatever Cracker Jack boxes. Sometimes don't they still have a little piece of paper in there? But it'll be like a little piece of paper with a little tic-tac-toe puzzle or something like that in there. Fred's back. What's up, Fred? What is this tax you speak of, Fred? Chicken fried steak from Central Cali. What is up? Where are you at in Central Cali? You ever been to Bishop? Chicken fried steak? I used to live in the LA area, and we would drive up to Bishop and go trout fishing up in the mountains. Super fun. Super fun. Yeah, Dom, that was one of the big things, is the little tattoos. I actually got some of those, which is funny. Check these out. Where are they? I haven't used one yet, but I got them because it was a little special. So you see how it's backwards? So this is a tattoo. I got like a dozen of them. So very limited. Testing them out for fun. But so you peel it off, you put it on your skin. Well, not on your shirt, but on your skin. And then you put a wet cloth over the back of it. And then it transfers on. Look at the details, huh? Tell me that's not fun. Little temp tattoos. It was on special, so I got a little 10-pack of them. I'm going to start panning for gold. They say it's everywhere. It is. Takes a lot, though. You got to collect a lot. Put the tattoos on for the trip. I was going to bring them and give them out or whatever. Yeah. Henry. I buy silver here and there when I can, says Mick. Isn't silver really up right now? Like if you bought a bunch of silver a few years ago, right now you could sell it and you'd be styling. Thanks, Mick. I got them from what's it called? Sticker Mule. I've gotten stickers from Sticker Mule a bunch. Got the magnets. This is the old logo. There's the new logo. I Simpsonized it. I got rid of the AI assist and then redrew the whole thing. Bishop is way up in the foothills above Fresno. It was like 5.5, 6 hours from the LA area, straight north, up in the mountains. I think like Death Valley is east of there. But it's up there. All right, so here's California, LA down here. So yeah, straight up. So yeah, there's Fresno right there. Bishop is up here. And then we would drive up the top of the mountain. And there would basically is a river that goes all the way down the mountain. So you basically will go to the top of the mountain and then drive down a little bit, get out, fish along the river, get back in, drive down a little bit, get out, fish along the river. And it's a good time. Very good time. Trout fishing, trout stream. It sure loves my short focus. Why? That's like I almost feel like I should be able to research that, except for all research is AI now and they don't care. That shit's way up there. It's up there. But why would it focus? Both my cameras like to focus right here. There is literally nothing between the camera and me. So why would it want to focus right there? It's focused perfectly right there. But then we change it and like autofocus. It should now go back to there. Yeah, and now it should go to my face, which it did. But sometimes it's just stupid. Visalia, gateway to the Sequoias, Yosemite. I'd love to. I never got to Yosemite. I wanted to, but you have to like book the reservations. If you want to walk or hike anywhere, you basically need to camp on site. If you don't camp in the park, then you're like 2.5, 3 hour drive. And so if you drive 2 or 3 hours, then want to hike around the park, then you got to drive 2.5, 3 hours to get out. You can't make all the hikes you want to make. So you really have to camp in the park. But in order to camp in the park, if you want to camp in the park in July, you need to make your reservation in like January. And if you don't make it on the day it's available to make it, they're out. They're gone. You can't get the reservation. So you have to be ready to get your reservation at like 6 months plus in advance. And then you also have to have people that want to join you. And I just couldn't find anyone when I lived out there that cared enough. I have friends that would go with me now, but we live a lot further away than the 6-7 hour drive it would have taken to get there. I've been through several fun places. What's the one? Joshua Tree. We went to Joshua Tree a couple times. That's a really nice place. I've got gremlins. The gremlins are controlling my focus. Look at how nice my focus is right now, though. Been to Yosemite back in '99 when you could drive all the way in the park. You can't even drive. I thought you could, like if you reserved. I don't know. I guess I haven't been, so. Camping available east side of Yosemite, just outside the park, and walk in. I've heard that, but like I'm like, if you want to hike to the top of Half Dome, you have to start your hike from the base of Half Dome at like 6 in the morning. If you want to get there, hang out for a couple hours, and then get back before it gets dark. And so the only way to do that is to be there. Which now, if you want to be there and you have to park outside and drive in or whatever, you have to now leave 2 hours early to do that. And then when you finish, you have that 2 hour drive or whatever to get back to camp. And it's like, that's why if I go to Yosemite, I want to go on some of these hikes and trails that the only way to really do it is to be there without having to drive in. is what I basically heard. A lot of those parks. Arches. I'd like to go to Arches. I drove right by Arches. And you're like, ooh, I want to go right over there. I know right over there is really cool. It's already a beautiful area. But yeah. Been to the Grand Canyon as well. That you have to stop and get out. But the Grand Canyon is kind of one of those things that's a little different. You can pretty much pull up anywhere along the Grand Canyon and get out and be like, holy wow. That's a big hole, right? Arches is beautiful. Locals don't go. Yeah. Well, when I lived in California, I had a lot of good friends and stuff out in California, but most of them weren't outdoorsy, campy types. You know, they only wanted to be in nice hotels with like room service and stuff. And I grew up in Minnesota. I lived out in California for like 9 years. And so I'm the type who I like going camping. I like getting out in the middle of nowhere. I go up to the Boundary Waters canoe area in Minnesota where you end up a dozen miles from the car in a canoe, having carried your canoe. You go across the lake, you get out, you carry it all the way to the next lake, you put it back in, and you get yourself in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So I like going camping and being outdoors, but I didn't have any real friends out there that were into that. I had a couple buddies that would go fishing. We'd go up to Bishop, but we would go and then we'd go drive up the top of the mountain and then fish all day and then stay in a hotel. When you camped at Glacier rutting season and the elk kept you up all night. Oh, wow. That's something you don't plan for, right? Like, what is this sound? Oh, that's the elk. They're ready to do their business. Right? Well, it's 6:24. I'm getting hungry. KC should be live in a little bit if you're looking for something to do. When I camped at Glacier, oh, that was the one you read. Went to Grand Canyon 3 times. It's amazing. You took the train in one time. That sounds pretty fun. I would like to go down to the bottom. Check that out. But I've been there a couple times and you can really been to Yellowstone. Once you see a geyser, they all look the same. Yeah, that's why I want to go to Yosemite. I'd like to hike to the top of Half Dome. That's a hike. That's a thing. And then you get up there and you're like, wow, this cliff is a lot. Old Faithful. Yep, haven't seen it, but I'd like to. It was cool, but yeah, water. Water. Grateful Dong went on some trips in the 20s, backpacking and camping. I'd like to do more of that. Be able to get out and see some of the world that you haven't been able to check out. I'm into it. Where's Lembert Dome? Dom. Lembert.
Dan, are you wearing a Snuggie? It looks so cozy. Oh, so cozy. Keep the beard going, Dan. I'll join you. I'll keep growing mine out all the way till Blade Show Atlanta, if you will too. Rocket ZZ Top.
Little ZZ Top action. I don't know if I'll make that. Hate Nate. I love you, bro. Thank you for the 10. No, this is not a Snuggie. Oh, come on, focus. It's just a nice hoodie. Nice. Actually, this is an old hoodie. You can see it's starting to wear on the sleeves. Might even have Actually, it's in pretty good shape. The sleeves are wearing out, but I've had this hoodie for a while. I think this is a Piranha. Pretty sure. Piranha. They sell like hiking gear and stuff. Prana. But yeah, it does kind of look like a Snuggie, right? Like I'm all just nice and toasty under my jumbo Snuggie. I'm really getting. I can't do it. I don't know. I mean, ZZ Top. I think I have to do something to tease myself if I'm gonna do that. Like I need to just shave it off right here and leave this, and then this will come back, and then this will still be here. And then up in here, I'm really starting to not like. It's like just getting mangy and long, and I gotta trim it so it doesn't go in my mouth. Not a fan. But Hate Nate, $10 from the Hate Nate, ladies and gentlemen. Magnus Lutz, ho ho. Magnus Lutz, ho ho. Ho ho. We just got like a little Sound of Music action going on there. Sulfur pools. Sulfur pools. I can keep the beard. I need to trim something though. Have a good one, Steven. Thanks for hanging out. Magnus Lutz, ho ho ho. My button loosened up a little bit again on me. Need to go in there and retighten my button. Which button to button? Look up sulfur pools. They are gorgeous. Lembert Dome. Dom climbed to the top of Lembert Dome. There it is. Where the hell is this? Okay, so that's in Yosemite. There's Half Dome right there. I mean, look at that. So you climb, you walk around the backside, and then there's a section on this backside over here where you climb up that you don't need ropes and stuff, but there's like a chain pull. But go stand at the top of this majestic beast. Just shaved for a funeral, and now I'm freezing. Sorry for your loss. And your freezing face. Look up sulfur pools. Can I just type that in here? Am I spelling that right? Sulfur pools where? In the Wadi Al Dahar? That's on the wrong side of the world. Where are the sulfur pools? What are you up to on this Monday, Hate Nate? Do you have a Snuggie? Okay, I can keep it trim, but the length and the girth needs to be hefty. Got to have a hefty girth. All right, it's 6:30. I got to get something to eat, get rolling, get a couple things done. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you. Mick Ranger wants a Snuggie. I've never had a Snuggie. Anybody have a Snuggie? Might have to get one. I don't blanket. My mom, my sister, I have people, they blanket, you know, they're hanging out on the couch or whatever, you got to grab a blanket. I don't really blanket much. So a Snuggie is just a big blanket with a hole through the top. Oh, Marco, take care. I will go eat. Magnus Let's Ho. Love everybody. You're all great. Find some cool knives. Tell me about them. I'm not getting my slip joint today, but I should get it tomorrow. So excited for that. I will show it off as soon as we get it. And yeah, stay sharp, y'all. Nice little non-vertical horizontal live here on a Monday. Go check out Casey if you're looking for something to do. I know that he's live right now, or he's probably almost live. But yeah, stay sharp.